अभी वो इधर आएगा। अच्छा बराबर। अभी अपना इधर ये पंखा वंखे का आवाज चेंज हो जाएगा, मैं हूँ बैठा हुआ, क्यों चिंता करते हो। या तो आगे देखो। डुप्लीकेट आज पूरा इकोनॉमिक्स सर का मूड है तब तक। सर का मूड अगर समझ लो 5 बजे, 5 तो नहीं है, फिर इतने जल्दी छोड़ना ही नहीं है, भले मर जाए लाश भी 5 बजे 6 बजे सर का हो गया तो 6 से 7। कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे भी कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा, ब्लैंक है, ऐसा ही दिख रहा है। चलो लेट है क्या थोड़ा, लेट आता है, कुछ बोलो सर। हेलो हेलो, थोड़ा जोर से बोलना पड़ेगा, चलेगा। आ रही है सर आवाज, देखो। चलो ओके, चलो करते हैं शुरू। एक सेकंड। डबल डबल हो रहा है। थोड़ा स्लो होगा। एक सेकंड लेना पड़ेगा, समझे?
Yes.
चलेगा, चलो।
Shall we start? Okay. Nature and scope of business economics, chapter number 1. What is meant by business economics? First, we have the definition, then scope, nature, basic problems. Okay. So, this is the structure of the first chapter. So, what is the definition? If we take the definition of traditional economics, then we must have remember the father of economics, that is Adam Smith. Okay, but we have to study business economics. That's why we must know what is macroeconomics, what is microeconomics, because the principles of macroeconomics as well as microeconomics has been taken in this particular subject, that is business economics. Okay, in microeconomics we study, what we study there, we study how the business should be, how the structure of the firm, industry, or any, what we can say, company. Okay, but what is about macroeconomics, where we have to just what we say, aggregate the economical surveys, aggregate the economy of particular country. Okay, so some principles from macroeconomics and some principles from microeconomics has been derived in this business economics. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so what is the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics? Okay, or which are the principles that has been taken into this particular subject? Generally the notion is, the theoretical part of traditional economics, or we can say macroeconomics, has been taken in this. Okay, and other one is the pragmatic things, or we can simplify it, practical, or the implementation of that theoretical parts into this business. Okay, in brief we can say this is the structure of the chapter 1. Is that clear? Okay, so there is one definition, there is no need to understand what is economics and all, because these are very basic things you know very well. Okay, so the definition given by Jaldin. Okay, what is the definition? As we have already discussed, it is elaborated here. If you want, I can read out the definition. Okay, or we can say what is the approach of this particular chapter towards economics. So this is our approach in this text is to focus on the heart of business economics, that's the microeconomic theory of behavior of consumers and firms in competitive and non-competitive markets. This theory provides managers with a basic framework for making key business decisions about the allocation of their firm's scarce resources. Okay, so there is also one very important factor of economics, that is, and the whole economics is just based on that particular thing, that is the resources. Okay, if the resource is scarce, then we have to make commodity for that particular thing, and in this way we can just make the economy. Okay, so this approach is very important. You should remember the name of this man. What is the name? Jaldin. Okay, then after this, what is there in this chapter? How business economics is a science, how business economics is an art, how business economics is based on practicalism. Okay, how business economics is practical. Okay, how business economics implement the theories of economics or traditional economics, for enriching business economics. These all things are given here. Okay, we are not going to detailing these things, we will just brief it. Okay, if you have any problem, just ask me. You know very well why we call it science. Business economics is a science. Why it is science? Very simple, because it believes in practical. Okay, the notions, the hypothetical ideas are there in traditional economics, but business economics implements that ideas and just sure that whether it works or not. That's why it is called science. Is that clear? Scope of business economics. What is the meaning of scope? Business economics. How business economics can expand. What are the usefulness or utility of business economics? These are the scope of business economics. Okay, so there are two parts. One part is internal issues, other one is external issues. Very simple. Internal issues means what? Which can be internal issues there? Suppose a company is there, okay, a firm is there, okay, within that particular firm, or we can say that company, what kind of structure is there, okay, how they can make commodity, what is their estimate, what is their purpose, what is their objectives behind that particular commodity. In short, we can say this is the internal issues. For example, deciding the price of that particular commodity, okay, okay, forecasting of that particular things, all the things which are internal just for that particular firm or industry. So we can say external issues, internal issues. What is external issues? Which may be the external issues? As we are studying microeconomics as internal one, macroeconomics as external one. Why? Because the policies of macroeconomics, for example, policies of the state, okay, all the taxations and all the things are included there in macroeconomics. Okay, they are imposed in microeconomics. So we can say that internal issues are there with firms, okay, and the influence of that external things are there with external issues for that particular firm. Is that clear? So in this way we can compare it. So did you understand this? I am repeating, we are just briefing the things, okay, we are not going into detail. Next one is basic problems of an economy and role of price mechanism. Okay, what is there in this chapter? Very important things are there. Okay, for example, for whom we are producing things, okay, what we are producing, how we produce, what is the objective or purpose of producing things, or maybe that producing or that particular mechanism can sustain the economy. All these questions are discussed here in this chapter, or we can say in this unit. Okay, and very importantly, three things are there. Okay, capitalist economy, socialist economy, and mixed economy. Okay, so three economics, basic three economics, uh, we are going to discuss here. Okay, so it is very easy why to produce, how to produce, what to produce. Okay, in general notion we can say that as the requirement or need of the particular society is there, we have to produce accordingly. Okay, then we have to decide how to produce, means which kind of resources we had and how we have to use for the society, whether it is beneficial or very scarce. So we can think about that. then the question how to produce will be solved. Okay, for whom to produce? Definitely we are producing for the society, but suppose we are going to learn these three economies, then we come to know that a particular economy is producing for a particular class. Okay, that's why this question arises here. Is that clear? And the last question, that whether this process of producing how, why, what may sustain the society in future generation. This is very important question. Okay, for example, a resource is there, it is very scarce, and we already used it, fully used it, we didn't remain it for next generation, then it will be very harmful for the structure of the economy. That's why it is very important question. Is that clear? Okay, now capitalist economy. I will just tell you what is capitalist economy, which are the, what we can say, merits of capitalist economy, important merits. Okay, capitalist means what? What is capitalist economy? Yes, the control of economy is private, government, public. Okay, private. Okay, that's why we can say capitalist. Capitalist means the person or firm, industry has full control over the economy itself. That's why it is capitalist economy. Okay, it is very free. Very free means no rules and regulations are applicable to this particular economy. Okay, even the government or any external cannot interfere in that. Okay, so this kind of freedom we can see in capitalist economy. Okay, then which can be the features of capitalist economy? It is based on the mentality of the buyers or consumers. It is consumer based economy. Okay, I will give a very simple example. Suppose the country needs particular commodity. Okay, capitalists have that particular commodity. Capitalist can donate it for the nation. Okay, and second option is the capitalist has to just supply that particular commodity to their particular class or buyers or consumers. Okay, so these are two conditions, or we can say situations. So the government cannot enforce that capitalist economies to just donate it for the nation. That kind of freedom that capitalist economy has. Is that clear? I think I have given one example of corona period. Okay, the preference should be given to the prevention of corona. Okay, government has many times what we can say announces. Okay, what announces are there? Announcement were there. If the doctors are there, just come to the hospitals and serve for the people. Okay, capitalist economists were there. They are also called to give funds to the nation. Okay, to produce the what we can say commodities like sanitizer, mask. Okay, oxygen and like that. Okay, but capitalist economists cannot be under pressure of government. Okay, so this kind of freedom they have. Is that clear? Okay, now socialist economy. What is socialist economy? Where the welfare of the people is the key feature of socialist economy. Okay, the meaning of socialist means what? The economy should serve the society. Okay, for example, there is no share of any particular one. The share of economy should be equally distributed among the people. Okay, so in this way, suppose public property is also distributed among that particular people. No one is a prominent one there in socialist economy. Okay, we can say that the comparison of capitalist and socialist, how they are totally opposite to each other. Okay, and what is about the mixed economy? The collaboration of private sector as well as government sector or public sector come together for the betterment of the society as well as nation. Okay, they have to work together, they have to take the benefits or profits together. Okay, and they just, what we can say, development of the country. Is that clear? So in this unit these topics were important. Any question? Shall we start chapter number 2? Theory of demand and supply. What is meant by demand? What is supply? Demand means needs of the buyers. Okay, and supply means fulfillment of the needs by the supplier. Okay, now what determines demand? First, what is demand? Demand means, suppose a particular person is there, we are taking very cheap example. A person is there who wants to buy something. Okay, who needs something. Okay, he has some desire to take that particular thing, so he is searching for whether he is getting that thing in market or anything anywhere else. Okay, so this is studied by the producers, and they come to know that this particular thing is in demand. In demand means not one person, but masses are there who are needing that particular thing. They have to just fulfill that need. So we can say in short, this particular process is called demand. Okay, demand for particular commodity. Okay, is that clear? Okay, another thing is there. Demand means, suppose I demand something, I want something to buy, but the buying capacity, ability to buy is also considered, whether the persons are able to buy the things. For example, they have to uh, eat apples, but they don't have that much money. Okay, so demand can be fulfilled by the producers there? No, they will first check whether the buyers or consumers are enough able to buy the commodities. Okay, so this thing is also important here. So which things are there which determine the demand? So these are the things. Price of commodity. Okay, price of commodity means buyers or consumers are always think about the price of that particular commodity. Okay, whether it is in their capacity, then they will buy. Okay, there is also one concept. Okay, which concept is there? Buying capacity. Very simple. Buying capacity of the consumer. Or another one is, it is related, disposable income. Okay, it is also related to the buying capacity of the consumer. Next one is price of related commodities. Okay, price of related commodities means what? Suppose buyers are going to buy particular product. Okay, and the same product, same quality is there. Okay, same product is there, but the price is less. Okay, So what they will do? They can prefer the substitute. So this thing also considered by the producers. Disposable income of the consumer. What is the difference between income and disposable income? Suppose a person is getting 50,000 salary every month. Okay, so 50,000 is a disposable income of that particular person or income of that particular person. It is income. Okay, and what will be the disposable income? Yes, for example, he has to pay professional tax for that particular income. Okay, if we think about annual income, then it will be more than 5 lakh. Okay, so he has to pay the tax for that particular thing. So after, what we can say, deducting all the things, whatever he had, that will be the disposable income of that particular person. Is that clear? Taste and preferences of buyers. This thing must be keep in mind of the producers. Which kind of commodities can be preferred and what we can say, favorite of that particular buyers. Then the producers can just make more profits from that particular commodity. Consumers expectations. Which kind of expectations are there with consumers? Yes, they always want low price, first preference. Okay, they will give more price if the quality is more than the best. Okay, so these things should be there, and this expectation should be fulfilled by the producers. Other factors, which are the other factors? Size of population, age distribution of population. Why these are important? If a particular industry is there who is producing a particular thing, a particular commodity, okay, and they have to distribute it or they have to sell it, so first they have to study the market. Okay, market means what? Population of that particular area. Okay, it is very important. We can take the simple example. One area is there. Okay, there is more than 1000 people in that area. Okay, and another slum is there beside, and there are more than 10,000 people. So which will be the best market for the producer? Slummy area or that particular posh area? It is based on the buyers whose capacity is good to buy. One thing. Another thing, the price should be accordingly, what we can say, matchable. For example, posh area is there, 1000 people are there, okay, and they can buy a product which cost is more than 3000 rupees. Okay, and the people are there, they are going to buy a particular thing that is not more than 150 rupees. So which market will be the good for the producer? If you calculate very well, then the slummy area will be the good one for the producer. Okay, because population is more there. Is that clear? Age distribution. Age distribution means, suppose your product is about the, for example, your product is for the kids only. Okay, although the population is much in that particular area, but kids are very few there. So the age of particular population is also important. Clear? The level of national income and its distribution. Consumer credit facility and interest rate. Government policies and regulations. These are the things which can be imposed on the consumers as well as on the industries. Okay, these things are influence that particular product. Okay, for example, someone has to uh, purchase AC. Okay, someone has to purchase AC, but the interest rate of that particular loan is high. So will he purchase that AC? No. Suppose the policy is there, if you have to just buy AC or purchase AC, then you have to pay more tax. It is what we can say, economies economic is hypothetical things. Okay, so this example is also hypothetical. Okay, is that clear? Are you getting me? Okay, so such policies are also influencing the people to purchase a particular thing. For example, someone has to purchase a bike or car. Okay, but it is imported one. Custom duty is higher than the price of the car. So can that particular person purchase that? So because of that particular rules and regulations of government or other things, or we can say external things, can influence for this particular business. Clear? Okay. If you have any question, you can ask me, or I will just go ahead. Okay.
समझते हैं ना हिंदी में
हिंदी में बोलेगा,
समझ रहे हैं ना जो है वो बोल दो रास्ते में बोलना
हिंदी में बताओ गायत्री.
क्या आगे आएगा तो
जब भी आएगा बता देना, नहीं तो अभी बता दो, मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. आपको समझना ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है.
हिंदी इंग्लिश करो सर इंग्लिश में बताइए मैं ट्रांसलेट कर डीडी डीडी नेशनल पे नहीं डीडी एक आंटी भी आती थी लेफ्ट साइड में
हाँ हाँ, ऐसे ऐसे करके.
और लैंग्वेज ठीक है सर अभी अगर आपको ये चाहिए रहेगा वो ग्राफ समझाने होंगे तो कैसे करोगे पता है तो बता देता हूँ फिर ना इसके अंदर जाने इसके अंदर चले जाने का ग्राफ समझाने रहता हूँ फिर जाने का तो आपको यही चल रहा है इसलिए मैं आपको बोल रहा था कल मैं मस्त सेटअप लगा के दिया होता अच्छा चल रहा है वॉइस वॉइस तो एकदम क्लियर है ठीक है सर नहीं दिख रहे और कितने अच्छा नहीं दिखता ये लाइट भी नहीं है तो बंद ही करना पड़ेगा लाइट आ गई यहाँ पे चालू कर लाइट आ गई यहाँ पे चालू कर अब अभी कैसे मस्त दिखते हो इसको नीचे कर देते तो मस्त
पर बॉटल आपके पास है क्या पानी की?
हाँ दिखता होगा लाइट आ गई तो चालू कर।
Okay. Demand function. What is demand function? Very simple. Symbolic statement between dependent and independent variables. Okay. Equation is also given there. You can see that equation. Where there are equations, you have to just practice at home. Okay. Yes, Gayatri. The law of demand. Now Professor Alfred Marshall has been come here. He will be there until the last chapter of the subject. Okay. Very simple law is there. What is the law of demand? When demand will be increased? Very simple question. If prices of the commodity will be low, then demand will be high. Okay. So this is the simple rule of demand. So it is also there in definition, you can see. And what is the demand schedule? This law of demand is just described in the schedule here. Look at this. A, B. These are the commodities, we can say. Price per cup of ice cream in rupees. Quantity of ice cream demanded per week, cups. When the price of the ice cream was 60 rupees, then demand was 0. When the price reduces, okay, it is now 50 rupees, then demand has been increased for 2. Then it reduces to 40 rupees, then demand is double from earlier. Okay, price also reduced, 30 rupees, demand is increased. 20 rupees, demand is increased. 10 rupees, demand increase. 0 rupees, free, the highest demand is there. Okay, so the law of demand is explained in the schedule. Did you understand? Okay. The demand curve. Now what is demand curve? The law, or we can say the schedule, is presented here in graph. The same thing is presented here in graph. Market demand schedule. Okay, what is market demand schedule? The law of the demand is applied in the market. How the law of demand is there in the market? It is there given in that particular, we can say, table or schedule. Okay, the same thing is there. Price of goods in rupees, A and B. These are the commodities. Total market demand. When the price was 0, then commodity A and commodity B demanded 3 and 2 respectively. Total demand of market is 5. Okay, demand is increased. Okay, when price increased 0 to 10, then what happened? Commodity A demand is decreased by 1. Okay, commodity B, it is also decreased by 1. Total demand of the market decreased by 2. What is there? The law of demand is applied in the market. Clear? Okay. Market demand curve. What is market demand curve? we are taking separately. For example, we were taking the curve of particular individual curve, okay, of demand according to price and all. But what is there in the market demand curve? We have to just summatations of the individuals. Summatations means not only one person's curve is there of that particular demand, but more than one person's demand is there in that particular curves, and we have to just added it and calculate it as a total. Okay, so that is called the market demand curve. Did you understand? Okay, it is horizontally added one by one. Horizontally means one demand curve is there, second demand curve is there, third demand curve is there. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals. Okay, so it is in horizontal line. Did you understand? Okay. Rationale of the law of demand. What is in by rational? Rational. Actually, rationale is there, but we are not taking English class, so rational is good. Very simple. Causes behind. Here, the meaning of this particular one is rationale of the law of demand means the causes or reasons behind the law of demand. We can say. Okay, what we are going to learn in this topic, we will see the reasons, the causes behind law of demand, how law of demand works. If we think about price effect of a fall in price, okay, very simple, what we can say, the law is simplified here. If the price of the commodity will be low, then demand will be high. Substitution effect means was what? A commodity can be substituted by other commodity, okay, and it will be because of the price. Okay, two commodities are there and the prices of the commodities are a little bit plus minus. Okay, then which will be the low price can be preferred by the consumers. Did you understand? Okay. Income effect. Income effect means what? Though you have a strong desire to buy that particular thing, but you don't have that much money, okay, then what will happen? You will not buy or purchase that particular commodity just because of the income of the consumer. Okay, in very short manner we can say like this. Utility maximizing behavior of consumer. Okay, now what we can say here or we can study here, how a particular consumer can make his satisfaction maximally. Okay, a particular product with him, he has to just satisfy himself by that particular product. If he is not able to buy another one, he is not able to buy that high price level, what we can say, commodity, then he can just maximize his satisfaction by that particular one. Okay, clear? Arrival of new consumers. Now it is for the producers. Okay, the price of commodity falls, then what happened? The law is working here, demand will increase. If demand will increase, then new consumers will also come and join. Okay, now what the producer has to do, he has to keep the consumers and just continue his product to sell. Okay, different uses. What he can do, he can also, what we can say, make understand the consumers that how his products are great and all, and how they can be at the right place. In this way he can just he can just make his product goods and all. Exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, now whatever we have studied here, what was that? How the law of demand works. Now some exceptions are there. Okay, So first exception is conspicuous goods. What is conspicuous goods? We can say prestige good, okay, status good, okay. In very simple language, we can say these are the goods. The law is not applicable here. Why? Suppose you have to go to buy jewelry, okay. So what will you do that bargaining there? Because these things, these commodities shows status of ours in the society, okay. Are you getting my point? Okay. Giffen goods, it's very famous. What is giffen good? Our law is, as the prices of the commodity decreases, the demand of that commodity will be increased. This is the law, okay. Now here it is totally opposite. The prices of the commodity is higher and the demand of that particular commodity is also higher, okay. That is given good. So example is given there, but it is what we can say, it is the just not optional, okay. It is enforcement of that particular situation. For example, the example is itself given here. Workers of the particular mill is there, example, okay. They always used to eat meat, okay, but suddenly the supply of meat is cut and they are diverted towards the bread, okay. Actually the price of the bread is, we can take the example 20 rupees, but for that matter the price of that bread has been increased to 50 rupees, although the demand of the bread will be high, because their source to eat meat has been just cut. They have only one option, that is bread to eat, okay. So this is the given good. Conspicuous necessities, okay. Necessities means what? Which kind of necessities? As we have discussed, prestige goods, status goods, okay. We know that the price of this particular one, for example AC, is, the price is higher than last year's price, although we have to buy that, because for our prestige, for our status, it becomes a necessity, okay. Future expectations about prices, okay. So what is this? It is we can say that it is not for the people who know very well the market and the condition of the market. The people who are not aware about the market and they are scared about the prices of the particular commodity. For example, they are always in view that in future the prices will increase, so it's better to buy right now, okay. So in this way they have to buy. Next one is incomplete information and irrational behavior. It is also applicable like the same, okay. They don't have the sufficient knowledge of the market, how the market is working, which are the policies to sell the commodities and all, okay. We can say that these people are the victims of the publicity for that particular commodity, we can say. Demand for necessaries, speculative goods is very simple, you know very well, okay. Which are the goods? Shares, stocks, these are there in speculative goods, understand. Expansion and contraction of demand, it's very simple, the subtopic is also given here. Increase of what? Increasement of demand, decreasement of demand, okay. That is expansion and contraction of demand. movements along the demand curve versus shift of demand curve. Okay, movement, when we can say or we can see the movement in the demand or demand curve. You know very well the demand curve. If it goes towards the right, then it is increase of the demand. Okay, we can say that upward side means increasement, downwards means decreasement. Okay, shift to demand curve, shift to demand curve, any movement in that particular thing because of what? Because of the price. Okay, suppose demand is increasing, means what? Ultimately price will be decreased. So this is the movement in that demand curve, we can say, or we can see there. Understood? Elasticity of demand. What is elasticity? Equation is also there. Is there equation of elasticity of demand? What is the equation? Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in one of the variables on which demand depends. Okay, so we can say this is the definition of elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand. The equation is given: percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. Okay, in short we can say this is the elasticity in price demand. Illustrations and solutions are given there, you can see. Point elasticity. What is point elasticity? It's very simple. Price elasticity. Okay, a particular point in price elasticity in demand curve is point elasticity. Are you getting me? No? Okay. The demand curve is there. Okay. Price elasticity means the price can be decrease or increase. Okay. Price will be elastic. Elastic means what? Can be changed. Okay. So price elasticity means what? The price can be changed in that particular curve. Is that clear? A particular change of price, for example, a particular point is there, for example 100 rupees. Okay, this is the price. Now 105 rupees, 100 to 105, this is the point. Okay, so price change, and the particular point of that price change is called point elasticity. Did you understand? Okay. Equation is also given. कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. एक बार point elasticity इक्वेशन ये देखो दिया है यहाँ पे. AP equals minus dq upon dp into p upon q. इक्वेशन दिया है, उसका इलिस्ट्रेशन भी दिया होगा. Where dq upon dp is the derivative of quantity with respect to price at a point on the demand curve, and p and q are the price and quantity at the point. Economists generally use the word elasticity to refer the point elasticity. What I have told you, the same thing is there. I will repeat. चलो हिंदी में बताता हूँ. माइनस डेरिवेटिव, क्वांटिटी का डेरिवेटिव है. derivative of quantity upon demanded price into price upon quantity. Okay. Measurement of elasticity on linear demand curve. Geometric method. Equation is given here. Formula is given. RT RT upon RT T small equals lower segment upon upper segment. Now you have to study first this figure. What is point elasticity? Then you have to apply here in this figure. Okay. Equations are also given here. Equations can be also asked in the exam. Okay, you have to prepare that. And now interpretation of numerical values of elasticity. You know very well that what we have studied, that table, that schedule. Okay, perfectly inelastic. Okay, elastic, then inelastic, then perfectly elastic. Okay, unitary. So these things are there. Okay, for example, less than 1, more than 0, like that. We will discuss this. Elasticity is 1 or unitary, that is 1. Elasticity is greater than 1. Elasticity less than 1. Elasticity is infinite. Okay, now we will discuss it further. The table will be there. Okay, how the things are fully inelastic, how the things are unitary. Unitary means constant. Okay, so what is meant by elastic or inelastic? What is elastic or inelastic? If there is no change, okay, no change in the curve, no change in the prices, no change in the quantity, no change in the demand, then what? It is called elastic or inelastic? Inelastic. If there is change, then elastic. Okay, look at this schedule. Okay, quantity demanded does not change as price changes, then we can say perfectly inelastic. Okay, then we can call it 0, greater than 0 but less than 1, inelastic. Okay, what happened there? Quantity demanded changes by a smaller percentage than does price. What is 1 or unit elasticity? Quantity demanded changes by exactly the same percentage as does price. Okay, greater than 1 but less than infinity, then it is called elastic. Why? Because quantity demanded changes by a larger percentage than does price. Infinity means what? Perfectly elastic. Purchasers are prepared to buy all they can obtain at some price and none at all, and even slightly higher price. That is called perfectly elastic. Understood? No. We are quantity demanded and price. If the quantity demanded and price are changing like this, then it is called perfectly elastic, inelastic, okay, unitary, elastic, perfectly elastic. These are the infinity. Infinity means perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic means what? The large changes are there in that particular thing, particularly where in demand or in price, where it will be changed price. Okay, you can understand by this schedule also. Headphones, weight, common salt. Okay, 100 minus the example was there. We already had that example when we have studied this chapter. Okay, the price of the headphones. Okay, 100, 150. What was the price of that headphones? 150 or 100? 100. Okay. Equation is given here. Calculation of elasticity. Whether it is elastic, inelastic. Okay. Hmm. इसमें पॉइंट 37 वही ना 0.02743 ओके inelastic है why we call it inelastic elastic means what changes are there okay and which kind of changes are there if it is there is also one thing unitary means what constant okay changes बहुत कम होते हैं मतलब चेंज होने की जो इंटेंसिटी है वो बहुत ज्यादा कम है एक से अगर कम है तो क्या होगा इलास्टिक होगा इनइलास्टिक होगा इनइलास्टिक होगा ओके चेंज होता है तो एक या फिर एक से ज्यादा ज्यादा में होता है वो इलास्टिक में कंसिडर किया जाता है ओके वन से आगे वाला ग्रेटर देन वन और वी कैन से वन इलास्टिक होगा उससे नीचे वाले सारे क्या हो गए इनइलास्टिक हो गए now these things are explained in this way total outlay method of calculating price elasticity how we calculated that price elasticity with these concepts price elasticity of demand equals 1 or unitary greater than unitary means or unit means 1 less than 1 0 is also there but they didn't mention it okay total revenue for whom for producers or for consumers hmm? Producers total revenue equals price into quantity sold okay how many quantity of that particular product has been sold okay the aggregate of that particular one is called total revenue okay now there are two things one is price effect and another one is quantity effect okay what is price effect price should be increase or decrease quantity should be increase or decrease okay both the things influence the total revenue okay if the price has been increased then the quantity which is sold if it is greater than the former one then it will be beneficial okay it will change the total revenue of the company. The same thing is applicable to the quantity effect. For example, although the price has been less, price is deducted or we can say decreased, okay, but the quantity of that particular commodity has been sold more than former. For example, last year or last time the quantity was 10,000, okay, now the quantity of selling that particular commodity is 50,000, okay, it will increase the benefit of that particular company or firm, although the price will be less because quantity is more. In this way, both the effects can be beneficial to the firm, okay, in the context of total revenue, okay. Determinants of price elasticity of demand. So what is price elasticity? What we can say, this is price elasticity, the changes in the price, okay, simply we can say changes in the price is price elasticity, okay, but the changes in the price for the demand, a commodity, particular commodity is there, the price has been decreased, change of the price is there, okay, whether that determine the demand increase or decrease, okay. So this context we are going to learn. The determinants are availability of substitutes, okay, commodity and its substitutes are available or are more than we can say that we imagine, this is also important to learn. Position of a commodity in the consumer's budget, okay, these should be these things should be think by that particular producers or managers who are going to produce the commodity which can be sold in the market, okay. Before doing this they have to study all the situations in the market, okay, otherwise their product will be fail. Nature of the need that commodity satisfy or satisfies, which product they are going to launch, whether it will satisfy the consumers desires or not. So first they have to study which kind of commodities are already available in the market and what are the weaknesses or we can say uh, minus points of that particular product, okay. After knowing this they can just improve their product for the satisfaction of the consumers. Number of uses to which a commodity can be put, okay. Mostly people who are launching a particular product, they always think and always uh, just spread the thing that their product is multi-purpose, okay. You have to, for example, for particular satisfaction you need more than four things, but one product is there which can satisfy for the things, like this they can do. Time period, they have to study time period as well, both the things. Time period means the product which is already there and for how much time it was there in the demand, they have to study first, and after studying that they will decide or they will just predict whether their product will be there in the market for long time, okay. Tight demand, what is tight demand? Tight demand means tight demand, for example, uh, particular, yes, autonomous, okay, we can say that, but a particular commodities that cannot be changed, the brands or companies can be changed but the uses or we can say the need of that particular products cannot be changed. For example, schools and colleges are there, okay, particular hobbies is there, they always need a printer, computer, okay. So these are the tight needs, or we can say tight demand. They have to buy these things anyhow, okay. So these things should be keep in mind to the producers. Price range, minor complementary items are complementary items, you know very well. Which are the complementary items? When it is needed to do this, when the demand is very low, then what happens? For example, very cheap example, I am giving very cheap example. The example is, you have to buy a bathing soap which is not in demand very well, then you will get bathing soap with that particular shampoo or whatever other product will be there, okay, as a complementary one, okay, to increase the demand, okay. Or for the offer it is also given, okay. Income elasticity, percentage change in demand, percentage change in income. It is what we can say, it is interdependent. Demand will be increased, okay. When it will be increased? Whenever the consumer has a particular income capacity to buy the particular things. Suppose he doesn't have anything to buy, then automatically there will be no demand of particular thing, okay. Cross price elasticity of demand, okay. Do you want to take break? Okay, सर काय सर. हाँ सर, ये पॉज करते आता है क्या? हाँ, ब्रेक देना था बच्चों को. हम्म. ओके.